Hi guys, welcome back to another Explain 12 video. We are today flying for Walker Air Cargo and we're flying the Toliss A321 and specifically the cargo conversion mod. So the first time trying that out. And of the virtual airlines that I'm part of, I think it's only Walker Air that supports it as of now. I know Arrow Air Cargo is gonna support it at some point, but and I'll feature it once they do, but for now it's only Walker Air, I think, with that disclaimer. And it's pretty good looking. You even have the cargo door animation. The only thing they can't have is the exterior model in terms of showing kind of the interior. In the interior model, you'll though be able to see the cargo space. You can kind of see it here as well, right? Looks a bit different. So it's a pretty good rendition. I think the best one available within flight simming. I'm trying to think, maybe Microsoft Flight Sim has something. I don't know if any builds or one of those developers has made a cargo one, but at least in X-Plane and P3D this is I think the best one. There is one for FS Labs as well, but it doesn't have the opening cargo door. So that's I guess the downside. So that's more like flying the Captain Sim 767 in P3D, right? No cargo door, which kind of defeats the purpose with the cargo. But oh well. But yeah, not much else to mention. We are flying from Detroit. This is the default Detroit, so it's not the best looking one. It's not bad either. It's like all X-Plane airports. It's pretty damn good compared to, for example, P3D. And we are, or compared to P3D default airports, let's put it that way. And we are flying from Detroit to Buffalo. I don't think I've ever flown to Buffalo before. I still haven't gotten the Flight Tampa version in P3D, but I need to get that at some point. But yeah, I do have a freeware one. I'm not sure if I've checked it out, so I'm hoping it's not gonna be something messed up. But yeah, damn, that was close. But yeah, so let's see how it looks in X-Plane, and I think that's about it in terms of giving you the lay of the land. We'll request certain items from ground handling. I think we can do that. Of course, ground handling is based on the passenger version, so it's gonna look a bit or we're not gonna get exactly all of the same things. I do wonder though if it is possible to get the cargo loader. I think I saw it on some pics, but we'll know soon enough. We'll enter the aircraft and I'll just kind of show you the interior. Not sure. We'll open the door once we're inside. So okay, as you can see, there is a change. Let's see. So there we go. We have a bit of a difference. It looks a bit different. Nothing you can open or so some nothing. How would you call it? Nothing animated in that regard. But yeah, still very nice that they have made the interior, and it does look pretty neat. I mean, you can. Now I'm basically just walking. Here's how you would, I guess, walk on the side if you wanted to, but I guess you couldn't really squeeze in. But yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of these cargo pods, containers, and yeah. So that's, I think, about it. If we just walk outside, a bit unrealistic. It otherwise kind of looks the same, right? So we're just gonna go inside and we are gonna start, and I think I have my viewpoints from the PAX one. The problem is, of course, that some of these viewpoints are not really working with this version, since they are based on seeing the passenger window. So the first 3 ones, and then I think it's 6 and 9 that works. I don't want to change the other ones because I want to keep them, so let's just remember that 6 and 9 are the ones that work. I think we can we close this door? Yeah, we can. Okay, so let's get everything fired up and started. We have the nice COSP sound package. So the sound should be much better than default. I'm gonna lower them a bit, mainly for the recording. Not sure if it already was able to impact. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have too much of an impact on the recording. It's mainly for my audio, so that's good. Or maybe it does, I actually don't know. At least according to OBS it didn't seem to spike the audio, but yeah. Let's see. Emergency lights. Yeah, we can do those. Nav and beacon. Sorry, not beacon. Strobe. We'll also start the smart cars app. And yeah, apart from that, it's basically, I mean, it's the same aircraft, right? So that's something to keep in mind. There's no, I think there's no changes to the ISS, if I am not mistaken. I mean, it's basically just the same one, right? But you do open it, I think, potentially with this one. But I can't promise that to be the case. Let me actually double check if I have the mod instructions, then maybe I can see what the recommendation or what you kind of can do with this mod. So let me see, opening the main cargo door, so that's the forward one. Yeah, so I think that's about it. I guess you can set it up with the ground handling with the YAR to somehow have a cargo thing. The sky doesn't look the best. It looks a bit weird actually this time. It's not often, or it's mainly this cloud, this kind of straight line. You don't really see that in nature, but yeah, let's see. The weather should be kind of calm, or at least kind of boring in the sense we're not gonna see any thunderstorms or similar. At least when I checked windy quickly before I picked this route. I was a bit disappointed. Sometimes you have some pretty nice storms here in the US, but not this time around. And in terms of getting everything up to speed, we can go to init. I will just request it directly. This should give us all the data we need, as well as load up the ground or the loading performance, so we can apply the load settings and the refuel. And one thing we can actually check just quickly, because I think the amount of cargo is supposed to be affected by the payload. And actually I'm trying to think, maybe the fastest way to do this is actually by using the walk around. Okay, so it seems like we're kind of full, but it's supposed to be controlled by the payload. So that's something the mod has implemented. And we're gonna do another community, so I'm gonna switch this down and just write it in. Let me see, put in my login information for Walker Air. And good. Let's see, we're not connected to a simulator as of yet. Hopefully we'll soon. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, now it is. So we're in X-plane, we're flying to Detroit, and we're flying to Buffalo. It's not a long flight, so that's nice. here you can see looks a bit different. Didn't it used to look different, the radio? Oh no, sorry, not the radio, the the radio. The map. The map used to look different. I think they changed the provider, so this looks like yeah, a bit different. I'm not sure if I may prefer this. It's a bit clearer than the old one, but yeah. The old one was, I guess, nicer looking because it looked like the real world map. But I guess maybe for flight sim purposes the current one is better by Smart Cars. So well done. In terms of our flight, we can also have a look at Pilot to ADC. Will change. Last time I flew it was with Atlantic Airways, my latest video. So we'll just change to Walker Air and save. And don't think we can do any other settings such as cargo or similar. Don't think that's an option. So what we mainly just have to make sure is that we have our procedures. And we can start with the SID. So we're flying for 21 right, not 22 left. So 21 right and oh wait, sorry. 21 right. Is that? Why am I getting? Have they updated recently there? So we're supposed to fly the how. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Okay, maybe I pressed something. We're flying how to Brook, so we can load that standard instrumental departure, and then we just have a direct, so there's no arrival star. We're just gonna fly. I think the ILS will be nice, and since we're gonna come through Brook, I'm just trying to think, should we have a stray? Now we'll just do vectors. That should do. And we can then activate approach. 37,000 feet is not correct. It should be 27. I was gonna quickly actually check that it's in SimBrief also 27,000. And it is, so that's nice. And we're gonna validate and file the flight plan, and then we're gonna connect to the sim whilst we make sure we have the same inputs in our FMC. So departures, and here you can see with the rudder, because I have the new Honeycomb Charlie rudders, that it works pretty well. I'm very happy with these rudder. It's very nice compared to what I used to have, the CH pedals, Pro pedals, which were very good as well.
9 miles. 5,500
in some aspects, maybe even better in the sense that they I kind of liked how they were on the foot. Very nice to kind of rest your feet on them. Let's see, how 4 and let me see, was it Brook, right? I'm just gonna double check with our flight plan, as we don't want to end up going somewhere. Let me see, because they use this different, Brook. They have this different layout on the SimBrief flight plans with Walker Air. That's always a bit of getting used to when you're not used to it. We're doing arrival to ILS 23, right? Yeah. No star, no via. Insert will have a discontinuity, but that's that we are prepared for. We don't have pack X or similar to set up, so that's very nice. Going to save us a lot of time. And are we fine with the IAE engines actually? I think so. Could be wrong, but yeah, I think it's the IAE ones. Let me see, A321. And what's the other one? It's the CFM, right? Yeah, the CFM are more thick, right? The IAE are the ones that are a bit thinner. So I assume these are the IAE ones. But good. One thing we totally forgot was to do the nav. So the alignment is gonna take a bit longer than we would want. But that's fine. We have some extra time usually. We'll remove these and we'll set up everything else, mainly the takeoff calculation. We can just check that it aligns. So 170 at 7 and let me check. We're flying in the US. I'm gonna change that, and we're flying at 3012, outside temperature of 31 Celsius. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's the flap 1 configuration. Auto, aircon on, flex standard. Yeah, all of this is looking good. Dry, anti-ice. And we can compute. We have enough runways, that's looking good. And then we just need to add the stuff into the FMC. And we'll do it. Let me see, can you... How do you move the... There we go. So we'll just use the 2D one, it's usually easier. 149, 151, 153, down 0, 3 and 1, so we'll do 1 and down 0, 3 with a flex temperature of 55. So pretty okay, not the lowest I've seen. And I'll move this one out of the way. We don't want it popping up in our main screen, even if by mistake. The inits should be fine. We'll align the IRS. It's gonna take a bit of time, unfortunately, because I did miss that. But as we do have time, we can get everything else set up properly and check where the runway is in comparison to where we are located. And it's gonna be a bit of a taxiway, not too long. It's one of the closer ones at least. Walker 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Let's get that
Walker
clearance.
4003 is cleared to Kilo Bravo Uniform Foxtrot climb via the HAL 4 departure with the Brock transition, then is filed. Expect departure runway 21 right. Climb to 14,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Detroit departure on 125.52. Squawk 5605.
5605.
Walker 4003 is cleared to Kilo Bravo Uniform Foxtrot climb via the HAL 4 departure with the Brock transition, then is filed.
Okay, let's put that on.
Via the departure.
Let's remember just to put this to TARA before we take off.
Detroit departure on 125.52. Squawk 5605.
We can start the APU as well, even though we don't have the nav alignment. That's fine. I feel like we can also maybe close some of these doors.
Walker 4003 readback, correct altimeter, 3010 contact Metro ground on 121.8. When ready for pushback, have a good one. Altimeter 3010
Okay, there we go.
ground on 121.8.
It's all closing, so that's nice. And we're using the nice Walker 5th anniversary livery, so it's a very good looking livery.
American 1913, continue Juliet, Kilo 7, Kilo.
Kind of like black and white. It's very,
Kilo 7, Kilo. Well, when we can get around for 320.
it's a very clean looking livery. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's a bit dark. I hope they fix. I think they fixed the cockpit thing laminar, but I'm not sure the aircrafts have been updated because it looks pretty good. But then, you know, you look away and it kind of gets dark. But oh well. No biggie. Okay, flight plan. The flap is open, so we can start the APU. Alignment in 5 minutes, so still some way to go. That's a cool 727 cargo jet. You can see a couple of other aircrafts here. Quite a bit actually. But still should be aligned with the settings I have for the Just Flight package. The World Traffic, whatever it's called. Traffic Global. That's the name of it, I think. Okay, let's see. So, APU is coming online. Anything else that we need to do? Don't think so. We can do the seat belt. Do the APU bleed. We don't have to rush this in any shape or form. For the taxi route, let's actually ask pilot to the C so we don't do it wrong. Walker 4003 ready for pushback.
Walker 4003 pushback approved.
Pushback approved Walker 4003.
Walker 4003 ready to taxi. Okay, let's see. I think it's calculating the taxi now. I hope.
Walker 4003 runway 21 right. Taxi.
Okay, wants us to go left,
Victor,
so that's
Mike,
why I wanted
Mike
to wait.
6, hold short runways 22 left, 21 right.
Runway 21 right. Taxi via Zulu. Victor Mike 6. Hold short runways 22 left, 21
Something
right.
like this should be reasonable, maybe. Maybe a bit back.
Alright, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
Okay. Anything else we need to do? Still aligning. We can do the fire tests. Just making sure they work. And the last one, the cargo, which I guess is the more important one. Considering that we are flying cargo. I still find it remarkable that you can actually pop the circuit breakers. That's a lot of X-plane aircraft, Randa, etc. has that ability, and it's just very cool. Maybe not all of them exactly, but a lot of them. What's this one? Oh no, you can't press that. Unfortunate. Okay, 2 minutes to go. We can make sure that we have the charts. I think I downloaded at some point the KBUF one. There we go. So we do have that. And we need to find runway 23. So we're going for the ILS 23, not 32. There we go. Now we have 23. So we have that. So that's good news. In terms of the weather, actually, I didn't check to the extent that I should have, but it's looking fine. A bit of warning north of some moderate icing. CB warning to the north of kind of the Michigan Peninsula, and then yeah. Apart from that, we'll have a lot of headwind. So that's gonna slow us down a bit, unfortunately, but could be worse. And I think we are now starting to get ready. I'm actually gonna ask, I'm gonna remove the ground handling stuff as well. The IRS alignment should happen very shortly. It's in 0 minutes now. So let's just wait and see if it does happen or not.
American 1311, you are released. Turn left on a Sierra, hold short of Sierra 1 and towers on 18.5.
Still nothing. There we go. Now it's loading. Look at that. We have alignment. Things are looking good. This means we are ready to go. I'll disconnect the external. I'll ask for the tow truck and we'll get ready to go. We can pop her out here just to get some of that fresh, warm air. Where's that tow truck? That must be ours. Coming in here. Yeah, buddy. Better fast, or better late than never. Okay, is he... Yeah, okay, that's looking good. Let's remember to close that window. What are they saying? God damn, you can't hear what they're... Is it the parking brakes? Oh no, I know what it is. They are talking about the... And okay, this makes it a bit harder to use the EFB, where they're talking about the external and yeah, so the external power and the chocks. So we have those off now, and now they'll be able to connect with us and they'll push us back and we'll start our taxi route. Not a lot of other cargo planes here apart from that one, but I'm not sure. That looks like a static one almost. Maybe we can actually bring this one back. I think we have to do that. And then we can bring it. Looking pretty good. Not the best with the anti-aliasing. I do wonder from the interior, actually. I don't think I've checked the graphics with the robust contrast sharpening. What that does in terms of... Okay, yeah, I don't see too much of a difference. If something doesn't look better, don't use it, because it's just gonna tax your system. It doesn't tax that much, the RCAS, but it does feel like it. It is taxing. Okay. Or that could potentially be taxing on the system. Okay, let's see. We don't want walk around. We wanna get push back. Okay, we're ready to go. Beacon. We are being pushed back. We can light them up. We'll start with engine number 1, since that's the new procedure. Seeing the values come up. Is that an Air France 787? Looking very nice. Actually, I was just checking also the not sure why I came up with that thought when we saw the Air France, but the Airbus A320, or maybe it's because France is kind of Airbus, but yeah, the Airbus A320 series has overtaken the 737 now in built planes by around 30. So I think the 737, it's and this is Wikipedia info, so take it with a grain of salt, 12,134, while the A320 variant is at 12,151. So yeah, a bit. Oh, and that was fast. So we'll start next one, yeah. So a bit interesting that we're finally seeing a new winner. Truckstop, we don't have any other competitors. Maybe Embraer could be a future one, but let's see. Okay, so the engines are starting, things are looking good. I know a lot of people put the Carda mods, etc., but I really haven't felt the need for it. I don't look at engines sufficiently for that. Not to kind of discredit, of course, anyone. If you really think it's very important that it looks correct, then you should of course get mods to improve that, similar to how I got the freighter mod. Okay, constraints, parking brake set, constraints, max, arm the spoilers, flaps 1. We can do some checks. Rudder full right, rudder full left. Yeah, they are looking good. That's nice. Ailerons, elevators, and let's not do the brakes. But basically everything seems to work, so that's good. Nothing that isn't working. No blind spots or similar. And
And we're disconnected. Stick one pin on the right, take it easy, have a safe flight.
and the stick feels good. It's very responsive. I like that. Yeah, looks good. The interesting part though, it's moving on the other side, which I don't like, because I mean, it doesn't matter really, but it's, I mean, technically it's incorrect, right? They're not connected in any way, since it's fly-by-wire. So, but of course it makes sense if you're flying from the first officer's point of view, you won't want to see it moving. Okay, so it's disconnected, that's good. We have taxi clearance, so basically we can just start to taxi. Let me see, parking brakes released. We can zoom in a bit. Taxi lights on. Ignition normal. And actually we have some things we need to do. Put on the weather radar. And shut the APU bleed. APU master. And add a bit of thrust. We can check the cabin as well. I need to make, at some point I need to have a check so I can get like the auto throttle disconnect, etc. like I have in P3D. It's just so much nicer when you can do it through the joystick. At least for the autopilot disconnect. Okay, so we'll brake here. And we're gonna make a turn. A very tight turn. But yeah, it's much nicer to taxi as well now with the rudder pedals, braking, etc. Feels much more fluid. It feels like how I remember when I was into one of these real simulators, training centers. I think it was for Finnair. The rudder really feels like those rudders. It's a much nicer feeling.
Walker 4003 cross runway 22 left.
Clear to cross runway.
Okay,
22
we got
left, Walker
clearance to
4.
cross runway 22 left. Technically, I think, since we are crossing a runway, not sure if it's an active one, we should put on the lights just to make sure we are seen. But well, I'm not sure if that only applies to active runways, so something that I need to check at some point. Okay, we can turn those off. This is a bit of a nicer viewpoint. Yeah, let's keep this one. Okay, so we are taxiing, takeoff config.
320, I believe it is. Follow them on a steer, towers 18.5. Okay, we'll follow.
There we go, takeoff config normal. Not sure what it is I'm hearing. Okay, no sounds, or maybe it was the default ATC acting up. God damn it, I need to move it a bit forward, something like that should do. Oh, sorry about that, I'm going a bit crazy with the taxiing here. I'm trying to find a good view spot. Oh, it's because I pressed the shift. Yeah, that's why. So just my own fault. So if you press, I think, like with numpad or with numlock pressed, and then you press shift and 1, you get some sort of announcement. I don't think it's Toliss related, it's X-Pen related, but interesting to know. Okay, we're turning left here.
Alright, November's behind you. Are you waiting for the alleyway at spot 7? Yeah, he needs to clear the alley, I guess, so we're going to Alpha 11. Okay, you can make it right there at Romeo, short of Juliet, and you're fine to hang out there for me. Romeo, short of Juliet, thanks a lot, very much.
Okay, it's looking good. Yeah, we're going a bit fast there. I think 30 knots is usually the kind of maximum you wanna do on taxiways. Don't wanna stress the brakes either. We'll soon be at the end of the runway and we can turn right and take off. But yeah, very nice default actually. This one I really like. I was thinking about getting a freeware one, but this default one has done a really excellent job of simulating or showcasing kind of how Detroit Airport should look. I mean, it doesn't look that much worse than the freeware one I have for P3D.
Tower on 1-3, 5.77 Walker, 400.
Brakes hot. Ugh. Delay takeoff for cool. Yeah. So you see, that was kind of the problem.
Approaching 2-1 right.
Okay, let's see. We can change the tower, and we can see the brakes here. So it's the left one that seems to be a bit hot. I think they'll cool down a bit. So we can talk. I mean, technically I should adhere to it, but I'm probably gonna ignore it because I want to get away. Walker 4003, ready for takeoff. Well, actually, let me just check. I kind of
Walker 4003
blindly followed
winds are 177 at 9
that we got the
knots.
right
Runway
fuel
21
amount,
right
etc.
cleared for
But it looks
takeoff,
correct, so
squawk
that's nice.
5605.
Okay, cleared
Runway
for
21,
takeoff.
right cleared for takeoff, squawking 5605, Walker 4003.
Okay, so we are cleared to take off. Let's do a rolling takeoff so we don't use the brakes. One way to cheat the system, I guess.
3, Roger, outside Bravo, frequency change.
Okay, let's see. Hard to turn when you're not using the brakes.
1 right.
Okay, I guess we don't want to use brake fans. And we'll just...
SRS auto thrust low.
Okay, man,
Thrust
flex.
set.
Brakes hot. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. Very nice though to see that simulated. Okay, 80 knots. We need to get on the center line. This is gonna be a... Okay, there we are. Looking a bit better now. Rotate. Oh, let's get that nose up. We are taking off.
Positive flag, gear up.
One thing we did forget to set was the VNAV. We were cleared to climb to 14,000 feet, so quite high. Let me decrease that to 14,000, and we have taken off. It's looking good. We're using the map enhancement mod, so should...
Walker 4003 contact
Oh.
Detroit departure
Yeah.
on 118.905.
So we don't want to keep that on standby.
Departure on 118.905, Walker 4003.
And we're gonna make sure that we get the flaps to 0.
Departure Walker 4003, climbing.
Let me see. On for cool.
Walker 4003, good morning.
They are cooling down a bit though. I guess the risk is... It's kind of funny that this happened because I kind of recently watched the Mentor Pilot episode, right, with the brakes becoming really hot and then basically the tire exploded. So I guess this is something you want to be careful with in real life, so yeah. In real life, delay takeoff. That is the right thing to do. The only reason I didn't is because I don't have that much time and I can't really wait it out, or I don't like to spend my flying hours waiting stuff out, even though it does break the immersion a bit. But good that you get the kind of information here on what you need to do. Okay, so we are turning. It's looking pretty good, but yeah, the OSM data around here isn't the best. It's not the worst either. You do still have buildings, etc. But I need to get... I'm thinking of getting the Detroit Orbex scenery. It looks pretty cool. I'll show it to you guys. Let me just get the autopilot and make sure we're kind of en route. But yeah, looking good. Weather is looking very nice. X-Plane is really becoming a joy to fly. It's just an all-around great sim, specifically with the map enhancement, so I don't need to have that much gigabyte for all the scenery
Local
stuff.
Walker 4003.
Oh yeah, we're flying a bit too
Walker
fast.
4003, contact Cleveland Center on 119.905.
Center on 119.905, Walker 4003.
I'm gonna put
Center
on the
Walker
autopilot.
4003 climbing to 14,000 feet.
Okay, we're breaking the constraint
Walker
here.
4003,
7,000, but we're just
altimeter
about to pass it.
3009er.
Altimeter 3009er Walker 400.
On the outside looks really good, so that's nice
Walker
to see.
4003 descend and maintain 7,000 feet until passing Sierra Uniform Romeo Foxtrot.
I am at 7,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Walker 400.
And we have passed the waypoint, so we should be climbing again.
Walker 4003 maintain 14,000 feet.
Well, let me show you the landmarks. Detroit City Pack, and there's also going to be a Detroit airport, but it looks pretty good. I'm actually not sure though it's worth it since I don't fly. I mean, let's put it this way: if Detroit is where you live and you are an avid flight sim fan, you probably want to get this because it does look quite neat. But it's really not the best. I must say that X-Plane really kind of with the scenery, it really brings it down because it looks even worse than P3D. So, and of course not default P3D, but the P3D add-ons that adds. Night lights look really nice though. So yeah, not really the best. It's just something it just doesn't feel alive. I don't know why, but yeah. But I think at least that pack is a must-have if you're from Detroit, because I'm gonna assume that it's very kind of correct in terms of having the arenas, etc., baseball fields. But yeah, it's a bit expensive, of course, to just buy for a city pack. I like when the city packs are combined with the airport. That's kind of then it feels more reasonable. Let's have a look at this wheel well. So those brakes are going up in heat. So what does that mean? Let me have a look. Brake fans, Airbus, and cruise.
Walker 4003 contact Cleveland Center on 132.45.
Center on 132.45. Walker 400.
You can use brake fan during your taxi out.
Center Walker
Okay, that's good.
4003 climbing to 14,000 feet.
Walker 4003, good morning. Altimeter 3010.
Altimeter 3010 Walker 4003.
Interesting. Let me see here. So you really want to you really don't want to get this. This is way high, right? The temperatures. What's the procedures?
Walker
If the gear overheat
4003
light is off, the
and
procedure is to
maintain
slow
flight
down
level
and drop the gear for a
210.
few minutes. The wind puts out the fire and or
Maintain
cools the
flight
brakes. You
level
don't want hot brakes
210
up in the wheel well.
400.
Could we do that now with the wind? Save those brakes. I'm gonna assume that nothing will happen, and if it does, we'll be able to make it to Buffalo. But very cool. I do wonder if that's a fault scenario, though. Potentially, right? Can't see any reason why it wouldn't be. But yeah, this is way too high, so that's something to keep in mind. They are hot, so it's gonna be interesting to see. Maybe we can avoid using the brakes on landing, see what happens if we're just using the auto brake and the other flaps, etc. Okay, so in terms of landing, 235, 111.3, and it's 926 for the minimums for the decision height. And the temperature at the airport, we can actually do windy, it usually works. So windy at this at KBUF. That will usually do the trick. We have around 30 minutes of flying left, 200 nautical miles. It's not gonna be a long flight. And we should be climbing much faster than we have, because we wanna get up to 27,000. I'm also gonna pull this to standard a bit sooner than 18,000, but just so I don't forget to do that.
Walker 4003, contact Toronto Center on 134.37.
So the 80s is telling us 31 degrees Celsius, QNH of 3014, with a wind of 250 at 7. So we have that WAP 143, that's fine. I'm gonna assume that's gonna be okay.
3 climbing to flight level 210.
Okay, and we're climbing, it's looking good.
Walker 4003, good morning.
I'm gonna check what the approach is thinking so we don't, by mistake, go too far, I don't return in a timely manner. Okay, looks like they have a plan. The problem is that I'm not going that. I'm going to Brook and then to DKK, but I need to get vectored in very early. But for some reason they think I only need a vector once I'm at the airport. I guess technically I'll have to just, once I reach the last waypoint, I'll just have to go towards the airport. Yeah, okay. Pilot to ADC, not always giving enough info, or maybe it's just my ignorance or unknowledgeableness. Yeah, looking good though. This looks like a lot of farmlands, that's interesting. And lights etc. are fine. I guess seatbelt sign is not needed. If we have anyone in the back, they can walk around. We'll leave the wheel thing and ignore that it's a problem. But yeah, I think it should be good. I'll be right back to do the approach.
Walker 4003, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270 Walker 4003.
Walker 4003, contact Cleveland Center on 132.25.
Center on 132.25 Walker 4003. Center Walker 4003, climbing to flight level 270.
Walker 4003, good morning. Walker 4003, contact Toronto Center on 135.3.
Center on 135.3 Walker 4003. Center Walker 4003 climbing to flight level 270.
Walker 4003, good morning. Walker 4003, expect vectors to the ILS approach to runway 23 at Buffalo Niagara International Airport.
Expect vectors to the ILS approach to runway 23. Walker 4003.
Hello, we are, and I'm back, and we are at cruising altitude. So that's good. And we are coming up on the top of the descent, both in the sim and in the pilot TDC, and we are gonna expect vectors to ILS approach to runway 23 according to pilot TDC, so that's good news. Anything else? No, just looks like very clear weather.
Walker 4003, descend and maintain flight level 200.
We already got descent clearance to
Descend
200.
and maintain flight level 200 Walker 4003.
So we're gonna start a bit earlier than expected. We still have about 125 nautical miles to go. And anything else that we do I should think of? No, not that I can see. Let me see destination forecast. Only some scattered clouds, so that's nice. Very nice actually. Let's have a look actually at the wheel well while we're at it. Does that... okay, seems to have decreased a bit. So maybe we'll be fine. Hopefully at least. interesting. Trying to check if there's any other flight sim news or airline news, but not really. Anything I can think of or find. Let's do have a look. Airline news, nothing interesting. No, just new routes. What about new orders? Let's see, airline news orders. Aircraft orders, Simple Flying. AirAsia orders 70 A321 XLRs. There's so many of these huge orders coming out that you're always wondering a bit like, will the market really increase like that much? I think Asia, potentially, but well, let's see. Luxair takes options for 2 more Embraer E195 E2 jets. How many passengers does the E195 E2 passenger capacity? 146. And the Airbus A390 passenger, so 146. The A319 has 156. So technically, I guess the E195 is it's not really a regional, it's a small narrow body airline. And anything else? Oh no, this is old news. The Luxair one is from like December of 24. Sorry about that, guys. Let's check the Airbus. Oh no, that's an Excel file. I don't have Excel. Polish Airlines selected Airbus for the first time, the A220s, in June 25. Oh yeah, that's about it in terms of interesting developments. Let's check if there are any good sales. Can't on the top of my head remember that there were any super interesting items, but there was a few. Airsoft has like the Simwings airports, so Malaga for example, Hamburg, Barcelona. I actually might get the Barcelona one. I've been thinking of getting it, and I think the Simwings one is better than the Latin VFR one. I was actually very disappointed in the Latin VFR that there was no sales this summer. Same with Taxi to Gate. They usually have a sale during the summer, but now I'll instead wait towards the fall. Maybe Black Friday will have some sale, because I want to get Orlando. And let me check if they have... no, they have TFFR. Is it only Orlando I actually want from their lineup? I think so. They used to have some good ones, Munich, etc. for version 4, but I already have Le Gaulle and Qatar Hamad, so yeah, I guess... yeah, I guess it's only Orlando that I have as a kind of on my wish list. Not sure about the Hong Kong one. I think there's a newer one that could also be at some point when I start flying more in Asia. Oh yeah, they had Saint Louis. Yeah, I think I'll get that one. It's an FSX airport, but there's no option for P3D, so I've been thinking of getting it. It doesn't look the best, but I think it should work in P3D with with the right tweaks, of course. They didn't really have any other interesting one. They had some Santiago de Cuba, Tijuana. Yeah, not the most interesting one in FSX, unfortunately. Okay, are we getting any inputs on how we're supposed to be flying? Nothing yet. We're really close on coming up on the final waypoint. Oh yeah, I also have the taxi to gate Ataturk. That's a really good airport. It has a lot of reviews, 46 reviews on SimMarket. A lot of people commenting that they want it for Microsoft Flight Sim. I wish SimBrief would still support, you know, making flight plans, etc. I mean, it's for simming, right? So it doesn't have to be
Walker 4003
totally
turn
correct
left to heading
to life.
050 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 23 at Buffalo Niagara International Airport. Descend and maintain
Finally.
4,000 feet. Contact Buffalo approach on 126.
But yeah, I really hope SimBrief thinks about that. Don't have to be, or Navigraph, I guess, more.
Turn left to heading 050 vectors.
Yeah, Navigraph should consider it.
Runway 23 descend and maintain 4,000 feet approach on 126.5 Walker 4003.
Okay, let's see, 4,000 feet. Let's descend.
Approach Walker 400, 3 level, flight level 200.
Walker 4003, good morning.
Let's do this with us managing the vertical profile. Okay, 050, we are turning and descending. I think it's time to probably do the seatbelt sign. Walker 4003, say altimeter.
Walker 4003, altimeter is 3013 at Buffalo Niagara International Airport.
3013, let's
Altimeter
put
is
that on.
3 Walker 4.
Since we're soon gonna hit the transition altitude.
Walker 4003, turn left to heading 045.
045.
Heading 045 Walker 400.
Okay, okay. We are making it slow and steady towards Buffalo and then Niagara Falls. I presume that's how you pronounce it, or is it Niagara? Nah, Niagara Falls, right? That's the way to go. Interesting that Virtual Call has a lot of sales. It just sucks that they like all their packages are really bad. Like, it's good if you really don't care, but
Walker 4003, turn
well, they
left
do
to
have the
heading
E-Jets
040.
E2. I do have the A220 from them because I decided like 4 years ago that I was gonna try them out, one of their aircraft, so I picked the A220, but that was really bad. What about the E2 then? Is that good? I mean, for a simple one it's fine, but yeah, very basic. Altimeter setting, yeah, that's been fixed. We'll do a midi. Do you need the auto?
Walker 4003, turn left to heading 035.
I mean, they have cooled down a bit. They'll probably cool down while we're kind of descending the last part. Heading 035, okay. I need to listen more to our dear ATC, or maybe not listen, but act upon what they're saying. Can't complain otherwise. And oh, they have the Saab as well, and the 328. Yeah, Virtual Call has some interesting planes, just that they're trash.
Heading 030 Walker 4003.
the all-time best-selling thing on sim market is FS UIP C4. That's so cool. Basically that's the one for FSX and P3D. It's a very good tool, not gonna lie. What's the wide? Oh, that's the IPS interface, yeah. Oh, but I have the FSUIP6, that's the one I have, right, for...
Walker 4003 turn left to heading 025.
That's...
Heading 025 Walker
02.
4003.
Okay, how do they want us to fly this one? Okay, they're gonna want us to come in. Okay, so I guess they are vectoring us in just slowly. What about speed? We can probably bring this down to 280 already.
4003 turn right to heading 050.
050.
050 Walker 400.
Yeah, how do they want us to approach this? Let's put on the landing lights. We're soon gonna pass 10,000 feet. Yeah, the permanent license for the CSS is $162. That's insane for the aircraft. For the 737 Classic, yeah, no way, Jose. It's basically, I mean, it is an earlier version, right, of the 737 NG and the Max, but cool in that way. But yeah, not really. I mean, I have the IXEG and the Captain Sim, so no need for me to get this one, or to get Microsoft Flight Sim to fly this one. But even if I was flying on Microsoft Flight Sim, I don't think I would spend 162 USD on this plane. This is crazy. This is more expensive than the FS Labs planes, Sim P3D, etc. And also, I guess the PMDG planes when they used to be sold for P3D. Okay, let's see. We're soon gonna probably get a right turn, but I'll believe it when I see it. At least we get to see a bit of Buffalo. No,
Walker 4003
we're not really seeing
speed
the
reduction
Niagara
to
Falls.
250 knots.
Oh,
Wilco Walker
yeah.
4003.
Yeah, we need to slow down. Let's add a bit of speed brake, that should help. Okay, we aren't slowing down. Yeah, a lot of mistakes. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, we should now be fine, hopefully. We can arm the speed brake again. And let's wait and see. Show slow. So slow, but soon enough. Soon enough. Come on, turn us in, please. Vector us in. We can increase our descent rate a bit. And let me see. Need to remember to press Alt when I want to zoom in. And in terms of this one, so that's the missed approach. We're supposed to be at 4,000 and 2,300. Okay, that makes sense. Are they planning on getting us turned at any point soon? I'll do the landing system while we wait. I'm
Walker
also gonna
4003 turn right to heading 145.
145.
Turn right to heading 145 Walker 4003.
Walker 4003 heading is 205. You are 16 nautical miles north of the airport. Fly heading 205 to intercept final. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 23.
Okay,
Contact
205
Buffalo Tower on 120.5.
to
Heading is
intercept
205,
final.
fly heading
Good.
205. Cleared
Nice
for ILS
vectoring.
approach
Nice
to runway
vectoring.
23. Tower on
Always very interesting to
120.5.
see it
Walker 4003.
being done properly by Pilot KDC. Very interesting with that. I hope they fix that as well. That's something with the new update.
Tower
It's
Walker
weird
400,
flickering.
3 inbound for ILS approach runway 23.
How's the
Walker
wheels?
4003, good morning. Continue ILS to
Going
runway 23 call when
lower,
established
but
on
not that
final.
low.
Continue ILS runway 23 will call when established on
Okay,
final.
call when
Walker
established on
4003.
final. And everything's looking good otherwise, I think. Seatbelt signs, radios, etc. Radar. Forgot to lock the cockpit door, but oh well. C'est la vie. And let's see, we have the localizer and the glide slope. We should hopefully capture them kind of right on point here at Trava. And then we'll fly Trava, Clump, and then to KBUF 23. So it should be pretty good. Alles gut. But yeah, let's see how this will go. Here it looks pretty good, the OSM data, seeing some buildings, some trees at most. It's just that you need to really zoom in, because look, there are trees. You zoom in and you have trees. So immersion breaking. But oh well, one shan't complain. Will we get though on the localizer before the glide slope hits us? Oh, we have an aircraft above us. Yeah, look at that. God damn, JetBlue. You're way too high though. You're not gonna make it. Okay, the glide slope has been captured before the localizer. Or maybe the localizer was already captured. We can slow down. We can do... Let me see, can we already see the runway? We can. 23 right. So we wanna probably slow down to around our VAP speed. And that's 143, so we can already put that in. We can drop the gear. Let's see if that helps in any way with cooling the brakes. Yeah, look at that. They are cooling faster. That's really dope. That's really cool actually. Very nice. That's okay, and let's see, we can do the auto thrust, do that manually. Okay, let's see, we wanna flaps 2.
Cessna 2200 indicated. He's flying southbound on North Final for 9 or left. You're going to keep your turn inside of him.
We have the outer marker. We're not really as stabilized as I would want. I'll do flaps 3. I'm gonna take manual control over this. Let's see if we can salvage this landing. We'll go flaps full. We'll start adding a bit of thrust. Just do not fall completely behind. We should beat the JetBlue aircraft though, so that's good. Okay, let's see. Okay, looking good. Yeah, it doesn't really look that good, the ground scenery, but well. One shall not complain. One shall be happy.
Walker 4003 winds are 241.
Okay, now we have the spoilers
land runway 23.
armed.
Clear to land runway 2.
And the brakes are
Walker
looking good.
4003.
Amazing. Amazing how that works. Okay, we're approaching minimums. 400. This will be an interesting landing. Pray to God we don't slam this one down. Continue. Yeah, we're close to breaking the stabilized approach.
Walker 4003 exit runway when able.
I think it was pretty okay. It didn't look like a lot of vertical. It looked like we were around 100. But let's see. Let's see how it goes once we check the in or the output from the smart cars, or I guess what smart cars kind of interpret the landing rate to be. Okay, I forgot to say that we were established on final, so that was also a miss. But yeah, not the best landing, not the worst. But I'll take it. It was good enough for an X-plane landing. Yeah, 213 feet per minute. I'll take that any day. Let's see, closing the landing lights and do that to taxi. We can close the strobe. Oh, I always forget that it's a bit different, the thrust reversers compared to P3D. I need to have a look at how I can kind of implement that nicer in X-plane. I want to be able to use the buttons on the Honeycomb Bravo in a better way. Now I can kind of just activate it and it goes to max thrust reverse. Okay, so we want to use the brake fans because we did overdo it a bit. And let's see if we can actually see that on the brakes. I think it's possible. Well, nothing I can see as of now, but it should be possible, generally speaking. I think some planes have that in X-plane. Okay, we'll start the APU. We'll just taxi here and then park. I'm gonna close down pilot to ADC. I guess we can keep it on until we have parked. But yeah, this it's always fun to fly the Toliss Airbuses. They are really well made. These planes and the FS Labs A320 are my favorite in both sims. There's no question about that. I just really enjoy them, or at least in terms of, I guess, the general. I do have favorites in terms of Boeing, etc. But generally, if I could choose two aircrafts to have in both sims, it would probably be the Airbuses. Like if that was the only ones I could pick, Toliss and FS Labs would get my vote. Okay, let's park here and let's close up for the day and watch the replay. Okay, very nice on the line. I will. Interesting A319 here on the cargo part. So this is a freeware one. Looks pretty good. Haven't been to Buffalo myself, but it doesn't look bad at all, so that's nice. I'll close pilot to ADC and I'll shut the engines. No pack X to check. What was the G? Ah, goddammit, I missed the check. That's not good. Let me have a look here. So, the landing was done with a 0.9 G. 146 knots. Very nice. And it was accepted, so that's good. And what I want to do now is just have a quick look at the replay, and then we are gonna shut off for today. Okay, it was a bit of a longer flight than I had anticipated. They usually are. So the approach wasn't the best. I fell a bit behind the aircraft, and it also felt like I fell behind it, so that's not good. Could of course have been worse. Well, yeah, pretty good looking airport. Can't complain about it too much. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay, let's see. So maybe a bit of an early flare, and then we kind of came down with all wheels at the same time. It really felt also like it. Okay, maybe just like 1 second before with the back ones. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. The front one is no, it's still there. Come on, get up. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so look. Back wheels first. So I guess technically it's correct. But yeah, no, you wouldn't want to do that. You want to flare more. I think I flared too early, leveled off, and then came down. So that's why it was a bit more bumpy. It felt like a harder landing than it was. And a bit off center line as well. Always take me a while to figure out that I need to use rudder to control the plane. I was like, okay, I'm down. Time to use the tiller, but no, it's rudder time. But I love kind of the effects and how you can see that the aircraft is actually landing in X-plane. It's very cool. But yeah, that was it. I just wanted to showcase this this mod. For those of you who are uncertain about it, it's pretty good. And as I think you know, you can open the door. I'm just moving it away so you can see it. You can open the main cargo door by opening the forward cargo. Do you need to have the... Or maybe you need actually to have the external power connected. That would be cool. Let me have a look. Yeah, now it seems to be opening. But yeah, it's gonna be dark like that, so that's only downside. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And let's see what I'll fly next. Until next time, bye bye.